Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Brighton Rider 750 GPS bike computer. Cycling computers come in a variety of prices and shapes. Everything from basic wired setups for only speed to high-end units with touchscreens and navigation. Today we're going to be looking at the latter style with Brighton's new top-of-the-line Rider 750 GPS computer. This is a full touch color screen design with over 85 features to satisfy even the most tech-savvy rider. Packaging-wise, really simple. You have Brighton's green and black graphics with a nice glossy image of the GPS computer on the box. Minimal information about Brighton on the packaging and a highlight of some of the features on the side. Let's go ahead and open the box and go over the specs. Now, Brighton offers really competitive pricing. You can either buy this by itself, just the head unit for $269.95, or as a bundle with a heart rate monitor, cadence, as well as a speed sensor for only $249.95. So really cheap compared to the other options on the market. It has a 2.8-inch full color touchscreen and has 20-hour runtime. There's 85 plus supported features, everything from smart trainer, electronic shifting, sensors, and even Shimano e-bike compatibility. It also has 3 bike profiles, which makes it really easy to switch between different bikes, so you can just swap it over. You can put on your commuter, your gravel bike, or your road bike with a simple switch of a button. It also has on-device voice navigation, which is really cool, and one of the first time Brighton has added that feature to their computers. Now, what comes in the box is the head unit itself, so a 2.8-inch screen, really compact design. You get a tether, since this is a slightly larger variation. You get the stem mount with all the couplers, the little O-rings you need to mount it. You also get the sport mount, which is really cool. This is something we've actually we've reviewed separately, but it's a one-sided out front mount. You get a charging cable. It's a standard USB, not a USB Type-C. You get a little shim if you need it for your handlebars. You get a little Allen wrench key to install the out front mount, instruction manual, warranty card, and a little quick tip for the touchscreen navigation. So now let's take a look at the weight of the GPS computer. Even though the numbering is a little confusing, the Rider 750 is the top of the line model in the Brighton lineup, and they've actually trimmed the weight, so it only weighs 92 grams, so even lighter than the 850 or 830 that was previously offered. Just for reference, the out front mount comes in at only 30 grams, so a pretty light overall setup for all the features. So now let's quickly go over the fit and finish of the Brighton Rider 750 before we get it set up on the bike. This is a 2.8-inch screen, so pretty well sized. Nice large touch area with fairly large bezels around the side. It's a rectangular design. You can see flat top screen. Fairly thin. You do have a little bulk here where the mount sticks out and the battery is hidden. Fully integrated design. You can't replace the battery, but you do have a USB charging port on the back. It's a micro USB port, and the way it's designed, you do have to take it off the bike to charge. Even though this is a touchscreen, there are 4 physical buttons on here, and you can see the labels are actually on front, which makes it easier to understand what they are. You have a power button, which is a long hold to turn on. You press it again and you can lock the screen. That'll prevent it from accidentally activating anything if you sweat on it or accidentally swipe your hand on it. There's a lap button on the bottom left, and that lets you do up to 130 laps. You can start and pause activities by simply pressing the top right button, and these are all pretty large and grippy. And finally, a menu button that lets you actually cycle through the different screens. So pretty easy to use, and nice additional physical buttons to back up the basic navigation with the touchscreen. It's also worth pointing out that even though this looks like the Garmin mount, this is Brighton's own quarter turn style mount. It does work on Garmin ones, but I don't recommend it as they will start to bend these little mounting tabs. Now with the out in front mount that's provided, really secure, and at less than 100 grams, you don't really need the tether as it's not as bulky as some of the higher end Garmin units. So now let's take a look at setting up the Brighton computer. I've already answered the first basic question, so I've already got it ready to go. If you want to connect sensors, you click the gear icon. You can see my cadence sensor is already connected, but if you click plus, you connect whatever you want. In terms of the interaction, you basically have a couple features you can click to tap. You can swipe left to right to go through the screens or up and down on the menus. You can also swipe up from anywhere in the menu to jump back to the main screen where you can pick between 3 different Bright profiles, and you can actually name them using the app, which is really nice. One complaint I do have is sometimes these clicks will register incorrectly. Like that was a menu click, but it actually brought me to this screen. To use the navigation, as you can see, it will hound you until you get the Brighton Active app connected. Otherwise, the interaction is really simple. Swipes, left, right, up to get to the menu. There's also a couple of built-in shortcuts. So if you wanted to change one of the displays, you click and hold, and then tap on it, and then you can configure that on the fly. But again, I do recommend using the app. You can also use the side button to go through different screens. And what I really like about the 750 is that you get graphs. So you can see, instead of just having a speed display, it shows me my current speed, my average speed, my maximum speed, and a really easy to read method. So I like that a lot. And you have all the options you want with the full navigation as well. One thing to point out is you will get a lot of processing screens when you try to mess with the map. Anytime you pan or zoom, it's not very responsive. You have to pause, wait. So if you're trying to explore the area, you still probably want to just go to your phone. But for quicker, which road am I on type stuff, this is pretty easy to use. So you can see you can pan it. And as long as you're in the preloaded area, it works pretty well. But as soon as you go out of it, it does have to load. So here we have the Brighton app. Now you have to use the app if you want to take advantage of all the features on the Rider 750. It's necessary for navigation and uploading routes and workouts. So the app itself is pretty easily organized. There's 4 tabs. You can see a calendar view of all your rides. You can do a basic analysis on it, see all your metrics, the map. It's not quite as slick as, say, Strava or Garmin's apps, but it works pretty well and it's all free. So I'll show you the full map. You can look at all the details. And probably the biggest feature here is you can do workouts as well. So you can go to My Workout. So you can pick one from the pre-arranged workouts or do your own. Then click the upload button. And then you see it'll say done. You go to your device, click courses, workout, and now it shows up here. So pretty slick. Definitely recommend doing intervals to maximize your time. And then you can actually create courses as well. There's a couple options for that. You can either just drag and drop from the map, as we're doing here. So I can drop waypoints, and it'll automatically figure out all the altitude and everything you need. And then you click upload, and you'll see in a second, I'll say it's done. So now it's uploaded. I've noticed it takes a bit of time for it to actually show up on the device though. But if you go to follow track, you can see a previous one I've uploaded that shows up in actually Taiwan. Seems to be a little bug when you first load it. But you can pretty much load it and then start turn-by-turn navigation for that route. They're pretty easy to use. Definitely not quite as polished as other apps, as I mentioned, but unless you do all your linking, you can connect to Strava and other applications for the auto data upload, which is really nice. The other thing is you can fully configure the computer using the app. So not only can I change each setting, so I can go to bike settings. You can configure the names, which is really nice. You can change features like auto pause, auto lap. You can also adjust the grid setting. So if we go to here, if we go to bike setting, and then grid settings, you can actually change the setup. So it's a little bit easier to use on the touchscreen, so you can pick what you want, quickly select the desired data field. So it's all pretty easy to use and quick to set up. And you have 3 bike profiles, so you can fully customize it depending on what you're looking for, whether you're commuting, road racing, or gravel riding. You can adjust it to exactly what you want and name it what you want to, which is really nice. Now let's go over the pros and cons for the Brighton Rider 750. What we like about it is that it's very competitively priced. Even for the full bundle with all the sensors, it's still a fraction of the cost of an equivalent Garmin or Wahoo unit. Also, with the color touchscreen, the graph views are really easy to read and informative. It's a great upgrade from the standard text fields that you get with black and white computers. Also, the voice navigation is surprisingly easy to use. It'll save you a lot of typing or having to bring out your phone if you want to find a location nearby. Some of the cons for the computer is the fact that it has a very glossy screen. So it's very reflective. If you're right under trees or foliage, you'll see it on the screen. It'd be great if they were to add a matte screen. Also, some of the touchscreen gestures can be a little inconsistent. So if you're trying to swipe right or left, sometimes that'll register as a click. So that can be a little bit annoying. And finally, there are slow load times when you're manipulating the map. So you will see that processing screen, which can be a little frustrating. Taking everything into account would give the Rider 750 a 9.5 out of 10. This is a really high-tech and easy-to-use GPS that comes at a very affordable price that's hard to beat. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to see more content from us, you can visit our website at thesweetcyclist.com or follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.